Hello, everyone. Hi. So, today's topic of our stream, report, podcast, conversation, call it what you like and feel comfortable with it. This is the design trends of the 2023. We're in 2022 now, the second hard one, but we're getting through it, moving forward and getting closer to the new year. And we're going to discuss today just exactly the themes that are going to be the trends of 2023. Let me say right away that these are just my thoughts, my guesses, and so on. You can listen to it, you can appeal to what I am saying, but you are here today, and you are listening to this. My name is Mace, and I'm the design team led at Halo Lab. And thank you for subscribing us. Thanks to you, we have, as you may notice, a clean sound, because a lot of interesting topics we talk about and we need to be heard, seen, interesting, and so on. So next we're going to try to do only cool and better production, just like we make our designs. So the design themes, the trends, they pretty much go from year to year, in small steps, but constantly improving, adding some new little things. And one of those trends, which probably for the past 3 years, or maybe even more, has not disappeared from the trends, but is only getting better. And that's gradients. In 2022, and even now, basically, here are some of the sites. You can see they have become not primitive, not just some patch of dirt. They've become more on the move, they've become liquid. And in 2023, there will probably be more of these sites that will use liquid gradient graphics. But somewhere it will be done with heavy tools like Cinema 4D. Somewhere it's done statics. Somewhere with WebGL and the etc. The first item on the list is gradients. Let us determine right away. I guess if you have any raves, comments and the like, immediately write to the chat room. I will sometimes stop, review, answer maybe some questions or discuss about some objections or wishes. Or we'll go over some questions at the end anyway, and we'll have a block question answer. It could be about trends, it could be some other design related questions. So we move on. And the second trend is big topography. Now more and more sites are using big topography on the main screen. It looks cool with some kind of interaction. And this is not an unimportant thing when we have not just static text, but it kind of plays with the user. It moves, it appears somehow interesting, it floats, and so on. And then this kind of graphics looks a lot more interesting due to the movement, due to the grid, due to the layout of the sites, and so on. Yeah, animated ingredients are cool. I'm reading the comments in parallel right now. And the second thing we've already talked about, it's a big topography, and you can see the sites here, from the vastness of the internet, from Lamb Book and so on. Plus, there are projects that you can see every day on Dribble. We have new shots coming out every day, so new shots, new trends, and we try to follow and create them. So the third one I called Helveticus. Again, the name probably comes up with some big mega companies, but the essence does not change, the visual does not change, and Helveticus never dies. It only gets better and is always used in minimalist design. And that's probably another one of the points that we can call Helveticus too, which is minimalistic, clean design. And if we look now, most sites use grotesques. It's scientific, it's ethical, it's robotic, and all those kinds of fonts on their site. They always look cool, beautiful, minimally ethical, concise, and don't detract from the point you want to convey through the site. You may also notice that there isn't any specific single trend designation. I'm basically showing you all of this point by point. But you can always combine there. I don't know. Item 1 big topography and item 3 Helveticus, where we have a visual characterization as a basis. Where we're going to have big topography. That's how you see it here. That's where we're going to have exactly the typeface. A Helveticus type is like grotesque. So the fourth thing is card design. Card design is starting to appear more and more on websites, in branding, in any other graphic design. And it also looks cool together with interaction, together with scroll telling, together with some small details. And I would probably add to all the trends. We'll discuss at least more. I would add to all of the trends the one without animation. Animation, That's the biggest trend. Without animation, without interaction, all this graphic component, it has no meaning. If you can't convey that through animation, through movement and so on. So card design, it looks cool, as you can see, due to the scrolling, due to the overlap of one object on top of another. But also the most it can be some kind of block solutions, which use a rounded shape and imitate the look of a card. So the fifth trend, this neo-brutalism, or as I call it, a paper style. Why paper? I explain. Here's this style. It's some kind of black lines, it's prominent lines, it's pastel colors. And it reminded me, in fact, of these ads. If, perhaps, you've seen around your city, or in general you know, or you've worked in the printing industry, printers and so on, then you've probably worked with these kinds of materials. And it seems to have, like a style, formative elements. It is the one with the colored background. It comes in pastels, it comes in bright, yellow, green, red, and so on. And it's most often printed on either in color, single color inks. We can also see it all on sites that are characteristically non-routine. It has 2-3 colors, at most, where we have a background of some bright or stage color. The sixth thing I've been able to notice is that sites with cool mockups are popping up more and more often. Now there are a lot of new cute devices, such as the iPhone 14 Pro. I guess all designers are like that. Cool. I want this one. It's a phone with some new finger movements. You can feel this animation through the use of the phone. That's exactly what I said earlier. Without some kind of interactions, you can't feel it. And also there are new MacBooks that are thin, minimalist, and more sites that are product-oriented. I would probably still call it not just mocap style, but product-oriented, that use cool mockups. They're symmetric, they're in step with the times, they're trendy, and they don't look cumbersome or boring. Minimalistic, concise, and they convey exactly what you're looking at on your device, a mobile app, new phone, platform, new MacBook, and so on. So you can use already search, find, buy cool mockups, which you might need in your new project, and it will be trendy, and you will set exactly those trends. Seventh, like gradient, 3D goes from year to year, but they always have different visuals. It can be cartoon 3D. It can be clay 3D. Perhaps you've heard about it. Bolo design, let's call it that. But now we're in a time of NFT, crypto and things like that, and it's all taken on the name of Web 3.0. And Web 3.0 has some nice 3D elements, but beyond Web 3.0, which is about cryptocurrency, NFT, and so on, there are cool 3D objects that show you the whole essence of the brand. So here we have hidden the name of both 3D and Web 3.0, and we move on, showing examples. You can observe that there are these kinds of abstract 3D elements that are used on corporate websites. Most of the time they are combined with some kind of abstract linear illustrations, and I would probably also separately identify the trend of linear abstract illustrations. But they look cool in combination with 3D and with dark backgrounds. And here, I touched on the dark background for a reason. This too looks like a new trend to me. More and more sites are appearing dark. It's not just a dark theme. And here's a style of minimalistic, dark, where the contrast is played by some color and graphic 3D. Here and beyond that, probably the main such visual characteristics are over, but I can still share my other thoughts what I noticed literally a week. Roughly speaking, as I was preparing this topic, and on the expanse of Dribble, there were mobile apps like this. As far as I'm concerned, the first ones to release in this style on Dribble is Hexer here. I mean, do you see it now? It's also Helveticus itself, let's call it that. It's pastel colors, it's airy, it's big topography, and it's all used in mobile apps. And it's possible that more and more often, there will be apps like this, which will interact with the new iPhone in a cool way, where we'll get some elements there through interactivity. So to speak, just yesterday, I read the news. I don't know how much of it is true or not, but Apple will soon allow third-party applications to be installed on its devices. And now there will be more and more new custom apps, like there used to be on Android. So, hide your Android time behind your iPhone. Also, we just recently had a post at Pantone about the color of 2023 trending. This is a borscht color, some say, but it has a red hue, burgundy hue. And in addition to sharing with you now some of my thoughts and guesses about design trends, for the second year in a row I tried to guess what this color will be. And this year I managed to guess the shade. Now you see it. With some analysis, with some of my own, again, thoughts, superpowers and so on. But just the year before last year or last year, we at Halo Lab would put up a post, you can see it, that describes the predictions or guesses of the color of 2022, and we managed to guess the name of the hue itself. So here's some more information for you about the color of 2023. And I think they're going to try to do trend websites in those colors. It was every year when designers said, we're doing your site in this color because it's trendy. But do not forget that this is not the solution. You should always do analysis, some visual research on competitors, what this client needs and how you will solve this problem, not only by using trendy colors. And basically, that's the end of my story. So like, share, subscribe, and so on. And we'll do more and better and more interesting content, in which we'll share from personal experience what's not on the internet. Because that's the most useful and that's the most important. So subscribe, follow along, and now I'm going to go into a chat room, and we can discuss any questions. They can be about trends, they can be something in general. So I see. Which trend do I like best? Honestly, I'm actually really high on Helvetica-like fonts, and I would probably lump it together stylistically. Neo-brutalism. I like it for some reason. It's so interesting, it's so moody, you can scroll and flip through it. I would also add to this the topography of the Helvetica. But the second thing I was surprised and liked was the use of cool mockups on the site. It really looks cool, plus with those interactions. It looks pretty fresh and trendy when you scroll down. We'll attach the presentation to our YouTube post, so you can subscribe and click the bells already. I see that the thanks is already coming, so thank you guys so much for watching and following, and coming here to get new and useful information. This video may have taken a little bit of time, but it's useful because as quickly as possible you get useful information. Subscribe our YouTube and other social media. Thanks, guys, bye to all of you.